Hello guys, welcome to the next session on our page object model framework. So now I am going to show you how to create the object repository, which is the first step in our framework creation. So I have a file over here which has all the links, which has all the customized XPaths for us to use. So let me show you one by one. Let's start with the registration page first. So first name, here I am taking an input and I am putting @ name as first name. So each of these searches should get us only one entry. So let's start with the first one. Okay, so result is 1, as you can see over here, and it highlights the element over here. It turned yellow, so we are all set with first name. Coming to the second, last name. Okay, so I'm just cancelling this out and I'm doing the last name, so it again makes it yellow and the result is one match found. So coming to the next one, this is by name, @ name equal to last name. All these are by name. These are pretty simple ones. Okay, now we come to the phone. It again identified it and result is 1. The next one is by ID, username. There you go. It highlights the email field. Then comes the address one. And it highlights the address one. Then we have address 2. Address 2 is highlighted. Next comes city. City is highlighted. Then comes state. So state gets highlighted, and you need to note down this number should always be 1. It should not exceed 1. Then comes the postal code. It's also found, postal code is highlighted. Then comes the country. Okay, now here the syntax is little bit different. In earlier cases we have always used input for identifying the element, for narrowing down our search. Here, since it's a drop down value, we are using select. Select is the identifier for a drop down value. See, now in this case it has identified result as 1, but it is giving many entries. For the time being we will keep this, then later on in the code we will have to write a for loop of some kind which will navigate through each of these entries and will select one entry for us. Then comes the email field, which is the username, I believe. There you go, result 1, it's highlighted. Then we have the password field. Result is 1, it's highlighted. And finally we have the confirm password field. There you go. So all the input entries are done along with the select entries. Now we are going to, I believe this is the button. If you scroll down, okay, it's the button. So this is all for the registration page. Next we move on to the, this is the text that we get after registering. So this is coming in the body. We will be providing code to put this to verify that this is coming in the body once registration is done. Now we will move on to the home page. Since in this scenario we are just clicking the register link on the home page and then it navigates to the register page, then after registration it goes to the confirm registration page. So I am closing this XPath for the time being in order to navigate to the home page. Okay, I am now on the home page, and let me close this Firebug console and let me start the XPath console. And now we have the final one, that is the home page register link. Let's try this one. Now here you will see the magic of composite. Did you notice results 2? So you should be looking at this number, results 2. So it does not have a unique entry, and in order to do a unique entry we need to put a AND clause here along with this contains clause. There you go, result is 1 and it shows something as 0. This is kind of some key or something. So it has identified the element correctly, and with this we got 2 entries because there are 2 links for register. One is this one, register here, and one is at the top, register link. So that's the reason it was giving the results as 2. Now our task is to put these entries into properties file into Eclipse. So I will close this, I will keep this as it is, and I will open Eclipse now. Our project will get opened. It's opening Eclipse. It will open my default location. Since I have made the default location as my entry, it is always opening without giving me the option to select again. It opens the workspace. This is the project that we have created till now, and here we have our source folder, the ag.pom, the ag.test, and here we have our reference libraries. Here we have created resources folder, and in this we have the registration.properties file. So in this we will put the registration entries. The advantage of doing this in a notepad first is you get everything at one go, and then you can just cut paste into the properties file. So just delete these entries from here. Now you have key value pairs. and remember it should not have any space between the equal to sign and the variable name or the XPath. Okay, so we are done. Now we can just copy paste into our registration.properties file. Okay, so our registration.properties file is all set. We save this file and now we proceed to the homepage.properties. So in this we create a new file by right clicking new, and then we say other, or sorry, we should have said file instead. Let me cancel this and let me go back. File, and I am going to give this name as homepage dot properties. Okay, so I click finish and the homepage dot properties is created for us. Then I just copy paste the things from the home page. So I delete this first and I put this register link in the properties file. The advantage of using a properties file is you get everything in one place, and whenever any locator changes, you just make the changes at one place and the changes will trickle down throughout the system. It will get applied everywhere. Since you are just using a homepage.properties, you are including that file in your project. So that's all we need to do as far as our object repository is concerned. There are two files, homepage.properties and registration.properties, in our object repository. It is just called object repository because this term has been picked up from QTP or UFT, as you may say, and it helps a lot in framework development. Thank you.